All right, welcome back. Just breezing through hour one, wrapping it up here with a little news of the day. We got an excellent hour two coming your way today. And we're going to mix it up with David Eisenbach and John Burnett. Now, that was quite the nice mix it up we had with Bill Cortez and Lisa Durden. And now we're going to come back with Eisenbach and Burnett. They tend to agree here and there. I was shocked to see Lisa Durden and Bill agree on two issues, but that's what the Mix It Up is all about. Thoughtful conversation, have a good, debate, and shake hands, part friends, all that's good. Jess just handed me some breaking news that despite the Supreme Court ruling on DACA, the Trump administration is rejecting new applicants. It says here, the Supreme Court ruling last month that allowed DACA to continue felt like a win for young immigrants. He right away applied for deferred action for childhood arrivals, better known as DACA, to get the work permit and protection from deportation. He said it's life-changing, we can go on with our lives, but his application was rejected. There are hundreds of thousands of Diegos in this country, young people who will be eligible to sign up for DACA, except that the Trump administration is still not accepting new first-time applications. The administration is only processing renewals. DACA recipients and their families were elated when the Supreme Court ruled that the Trump admin didn't go about ending the popular program correctly. Many immigration lawyers thought that meant the program would have to be restarted to allow new applications, but that hasn't happened. The Trump administration, they're accusing the Trump administration of ignoring the High Court's ruling. Say, Bill Ong, professor of law and immigration at the University of San Francisco, says this is insane and it's a violation of the order. I don't know. We'll keep you posted on that. I think Donald Trump has come out recently and said that he's willing to have a good debate and discussion on immigration, and he's even willing to create a merit-based set of standards to allow immigrants to stay here who were born here. The whole idea of merit-based scares the Democrats. So what does merit-based means? Well, merit-based means you are being allowed to stay here because you are adding value to our country. So there are merits to you being here. It doesn't mean, well, I can come here, I can break the law, I can illegally enter, I can rob a store, I don't go to college, I collect all these different social programs. The bottom line is this, there's a way to get there, and I'm all for people who were born here to illegal immigrant families staying here, but let's just make sure we know that the people who are staying here are adding value to our society, and they're not just coming here to get social programs like free healthcare, free college, and free housing, free food, because that's not really adding value to our society. Anyway, as we kick it through hour one here, we have a Dow Jones that's down 150 points. It's just 26,700 as we speak, up just a bit from when we kicked off this hour. And Bitcoin is at 9,100 in a potentially scary situation here, because if it breaks down below 9,000, there could be a trapdoor. 8,000 is the last place that I entered with a new purchase. So I have about 1,000 points built in there, but 9,100 is precariously close to that 9,000 level, and if it breaks down, it could drop all the way to 8. If it goes through 8, it could go to 6,500. So be careful. Anything to the downside on Bitcoin to me is a buying opportunity, but do your own homework, keep your eye on the ball, make sure that it's suitable for you. I was talking to some friends last night. A lot of people these days who watch the show are asking me in private, hey man, should I get some Bitcoin? What do you think? I think you should have had some Bitcoin, and if you haven't done the homework and research and figured out if it's good for you, you should start doing it. And even if, I talk about all the time the need to build a diversified portfolio. Depending on your age, you should be investing for like 15 to 20 years out. So if you're investing for the long term and you've built a portfolio that's diversified, meaning not concentrated, I want Amazon, I want Facebook, I want Google. All three of those are in the same kind of sector. That's not good. You want a diversified portfolio where you have, I'll have a couple of growth stocks that may not look great now, but I think they have great promise in the future. You may want a couple of stocks that generate income, that pay a dividend, that, okay, I get a little income every month from this one, I get a little growth over the long term from that one, and if you put all this stuff together, you have what's called a diversified portfolio, and that means you may want to have some gold in there, or some gold futures, or there are many ETFs now that invest in gold companies like Barrick Gold and others. You should have a little gold in there, and you should have some alternative assets in there. Alternative assets like cryptocurrency. If you're thinking about cryptocurrencies, don't think about anything except Bitcoin. That's it. If there's no Bitcoin, if there's going to be cryptocurrency in your portfolio, I would suggest to you the thing to have in there is Bitcoin. It's the most stable, it's the most widely accepted, and it is gaining more and more traction. I think there's tremendous upside. Some of the smartest guys in the world are turning their attention to Bitcoin now to the tune of billions and billions of dollars, and many think that it's going to be worth $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, and they very well could be right. And if you just add a little sliver in there, you go into it with the thought that, hey, I could be totally wrong on this thing and I could lose it all. You set your expectations very low. You take a look at it 5 years from now, who knows? You may be really happy that you chose to diversify your portfolio with a little cryptocurrency. I know I have. You should at least think about it. On the Antifa front, the one thing Lisa Durden did not point out when she was talking to Bill Cortez there was, she says that she's a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. These people are Marxists. They have been on the record, on video, in interviews saying that they are trained Marxists, and Black Lives Matter as a phrase is one that resonates with everyone, but the Black Lives Matter movement is based on Karl Marx, one of the worst, dictators of all time, and the Marxist manifesto agenda is to break down the nuclear family, and that's what America was built on. We are going to kick off hour 2 right after this. We're going to take a quick break right here on Biz TV, and we will be back shortly to give you all the news you need to know, and then right after that we'll mix it up with David Eisenbach and John Burnett right here on Liquid Lunch. Quick break, back at you after this.